Yo, what is up everyone? This is OJ over here from PlayerEssence and welcome to another discussion video. Today we're talking about Cliff Bleszinski and what he had to say on Microsoft's multiple console strategy with the Xbox One and how Cliff Bleszinski feels about the Xbox One Scorpio or the Project Scorpio, whatever you want to call it. So, just to let you guys know, Cliff Bleszinski was the driving force behind Gears of War, which was a big exclusive for Microsoft and the Xbox 360 in the 7th generation. And of course, Gears of War has went on to be a big game that's going to be coming out pretty soon here for the Xbox One. Needless to say, Cliff Bleszinski and Xbox go way back. They're very good friends. Everybody over at the Xbox team loves Cliff Bleszinski and he loves them back. But he necessarily did not have great things to say about Project Scorpio and what they're doing. So I'm going to get into some of the stuff that he said to Kotaku at E3. So this is basically Cliff Bleszinski, or Cliffy B as I'm going to call him about this, on the multiple console strategy. Quotations from Cliffy B. Is Microsoft going full Sega 32X and Mega CD right now? I think it's weird, the way the branding's going. It feels like the way Mercedes names their cars in the United States. You know, the S-Class, the SOK, the SK. Which effing one is this? Consumers only have enough time and attention for that. It's like, dude, are you trying to turn the Xbox into a PC? What's going on right now? Now, here's his thoughts on Project Scorpio. I think it feels like an apology move for them not making the console as powerful as it should have been in favor of making sure the Kinect was boxed in with it. So now they have to play catch up. In a way, you can trace this all the way back to their well-intended E3 from a few years ago where they are trying to go fully digital, etc., etc., and the internet backlash made them backpedal. Now, he also talked about VR, which you can check out a link in the description if you want to read all of that. And he also went on to just basically say this last bit on keeping it real. He said, look, I have a lot of friends over there, so I wouldn't criticize them unless I was pretty positive about it. If Phil Spencer was here right now, I'd tell him he'd backpedal to his face, and he'd say, you're a dick, but you're right. And that's interesting that Cliffy B is saying all these things here. Now, I talked about this just a little bit ago as far as Nintendo and Microsoft and Sony and the PS4 Neo and the Xbox Scorpio and how all of these games, as far as from developers, they all have to be played on the same systems, guys. Like, there can be no exclusives for Xbox Scorpio, PlayStation 4 Neo. They have to be played on all of them. And Cliffy B is just keeping it real. He really is just keeping it real right now. A lot of developers, some of them are not going to be 100% thrilled about all these different models, about all these different things that they potentially have to put into the games. And I said that because we saw that with PlayStation 4 Neo. And now you have a system that's even more powerful, and developers are like, okay, well, we're just getting started with Xbox One, and now we have to think about this 6 teraflop thing. Now we have to think about this 4 teraflop thing. I mean, most developers are just going to be focused on PS4, Xbox One, and just regular PC. And how are they going to bring their games to those systems? And that's why I feel, not to shoehorn Nintendo into this, but that's why I feel the Nintendo NX, there really isn't any issue when people start bringing up the Scorpio and Neo, especially since we don't even know where the Nintendo NX falls in at this point, but we do know it's going to be at least minimum on par with the PlayStation 4, so I really don't see a problem. Not all developers are going to jump on board with this 6 teraflop thing. Like Cliffy B said, it's backpedaling. They know that they should have probably had a stronger system if it wasn't for Kinect in the first place. So we need to just wait and see how all this plays out. People are getting so hyped up with these numbers, but we need to actually see when the system comes out who's going to take advantage of it and what's going to happen, because it's not always going to be every developer just says, yes, we're going to go full out on this, because they might not have the money to do that across Nintendo NX, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Neo, Xbox One Scorpio, Xbox S. There's just all sorts of things to consider. There's just so many different things when you look at like hard drive spaces and all of that. So a lot of developers are just going to stick with the Xbox and PS4 for the foreseeable future, especially with development prices rising and all of that. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you want to read the full article, Cliffy B goes more Cliffy B there. There's definitely more that he says. You can check out the rest of the article on Kotaku if you want to in the description below. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did like it. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. Also subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips, and tricks, and everything on the Xbox One Scorpio or Project Scorpio. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you for the next video. Peace.